Welcome back to another one of my videos. As always, I find these stories that I read to you from different subreddits on the Reddit website. And I always leave a link in the description. So that way, instead of watching gameplay through the video, you can read along if you would like to. That said, let's get into the video. Once upon a time, in a small town surrounded by dense woods, there lived a group of adventurous children named Lily, Max, and Jake. They were known for their insatiable curiosity and their love for exploring the unknown. One day, they stumbled upon a forbidden place deep within the woods, a place that was said to be cursed and off-limits to anyone who dared enter. Despite the warnings from the townsfolk, the children couldn't resist the allure of the forbidden. They believed that the stories were merely tales to scare them away, and they were determined to uncover the secrets hidden within. Ignoring their parents' pleas, they set off on their daring adventure. As they ventured deeper into the woods, an eerie silence enveloped them. The air grew heavy, and the once vibrant foliage turned dark and twisted. The children's excitement began to wane, replaced by a sense of unease. But their curiosity pushed them forward, deeper into the heart of the forbidden place. Suddenly, a bone-chilling wind swept through the trees, whispering haunting melodies that sent shivers down their spines. The children's hearts raced as they stumbled upon a decrepit cabin, its windows shattered and its walls covered in strange symbols. Against their better judgment, they entered the cabin, the footsteps echoing ominously. Inside, they discovered a dusty book, its pages filled with cryptic incantations and demonic drawings. Ignoring the warnings etched within, they began to recite the incantations aloud, unaware of the dark forces they were awakening. As the last word left their lips, the cabin trembled, and the ground beneath them cracked open. From the depths emerged grotesque, nightmarish creatures, demons that had been imprisoned for centuries. Their eyes glowed with fury, and their twisted smiles sent chills down the children's spines. Terrified, Lily, Max, and Jake tried to flee, but the demons were relentless. They chased the children through the woods, their claws scraping against the trees, and their guttural growls echoing through the night. The once peaceful forest transformed into a nightmarish labyrinth, trapping the children in a web of terror. With each passing moment, the demons grew stronger, fueled by the children's fear. Lily, Max, and Jake realized that their curiosity had led them down a path of darkness, and now they were paying the price. Exhausted and desperate, they huddled together, their tears mixing with the dirt on their faces. In a final act of desperation, the children made a pact. They would face the demons head-on, sacrificing themselves to save their town from the horrors they had unleashed. With trembling hands, they recited a counter-incantation, hoping to banish the demons back to their prison. But their efforts were in vain. The demons laughed, their voices echoing through the woods. As they closed in on the children, the last thing Lily, Max, and Jake saw were the demons' menacing grins before they were consumed by darkness. The town mourned the loss of the brave children, forever haunted by the consequences of their curiosity. The forbidden place in the woods became a cursed reminder of the dangers that lurked beyond the boundaries of their imagination. And so, the demons remained, their malevolence seeping into the hearts of the townsfolk, forever reminding them of the tragic fate that awaited those who dared to venture where they were not meant to go. Don't scare your friends. I learned this the hard way during a trip with friends to a tropical vacation. I get a kick out of scaring my close friends. I'm not messed up in the head, it's just something I enjoy doing. During this trip, I was brainstorming ideas on how to really scare my friends in my hotel room. I couldn't think of any ideas until I remembered a fake phone number app. I started texting my friends specific things they'd be doing during the late night hours just to see their reactions or what they would do. I did this every night to the point they started to get worried and talked about notifying the authorities. At that point I stopped because it was supposed to be a joke and nothing serious. Tonight is the fifth and final night we are here. We were all at a bar drinking with each other. At around 1:15 a.m., they all decided to drive back up to the hotel. I didn't want to go with them because I was still having a great time and didn't want the night to end so young. They tried encouraging me to come with them because I didn't have any other ride home, but I assured them that I would get home safe because the hotel was only 2 miles away. I told them I would walk. They were upset about it, but eventually agreed to leave me here and head back to the hotel. At around 2, I got a notification on my phone from a number saying hello. This was odd as I haven't given my number out to anyone tonight and it was also 2 in the morning. I checked the number and realized that it was the same number I was using to mess with my friends. A chill went down my spine. It's impossible for anyone other than myself to use that number. I checked the app I was using to mess with my friends. Maybe I accidentally texted myself? I've had more drinks than I can count, so I didn't doubt it. But no, I hadn't used the number since yesterday. I was sent another text from the number 4 minutes later saying they all left you alone. I thought this could have been one of my friends who found out I was messing with them. Maybe they were trying to get me back. I called all of them, but not a single one picked up. They were all passed out drunk in the hotel. I looked around the bar to maybe see if someone was looking at me or on their phones, but everyone in the bar was under the influence and engulfed in the bar's excitement. At this point, I decided to leave and make my way home because getting home sooner is better, right? Wrong. I shouldn't have gone alone. I went outside and the fog from the ocean nearby was consuming the entire town. You couldn't see 20 feet in front of you. I still decided to start the walk home. About 5 minutes into my walk, I get another text. Walking home all alone? I read it and immediately jerked my head around to see if anyone was nearby watching me walk home. The fog was too thick for my eyes to see more than 20 feet away from me. I started to speed walk because I was getting paranoid. 7 minutes go by and another text appears on my phone screen. Turn around. My blood runs cold, still walking. I turn my head behind me and see nothing. For a brief moment I thought it had to be someone messing with me, until I started hearing rapid footsteps slapping the wet pavement behind me. I sobered up instantly and sprinted. The footsteps were so rapid they sounded inhumane, almost like an animal running on all fours. I turned no hair and very skinny. It was running with so much force. My mistake. It was at least 6.5 feet tall, no hair, and very skinny. It was running with so much force that its arms were flailing around with no control. This thing must have been running faster than 20 miles per hour, but I couldn't really tell. There was so much adrenaline running through my system. I bolted into some bushes that lined both sides of the road. I couldn't hear anything after that for a while. Maybe someone had slipped something in my drink and I was imagining all of this. I hoped that was the case. I waited there for what felt like forever, until I hear more wet footsteps coming from my direction. I knew my brain couldn't have been making this up no matter how much I had to drink, so I stayed completely still, in fear of what would happen if this thing saw me. The footsteps go silent. I get one more text from the number. I see you, in all capitals. My phone illuminated the shrub where I was hiding. I finally got a good look at the thing. It was much taller than I had thought, around 7 to 8 feet tall. It was bald, but what I hadn't noticed before was that where hair should have been was replaced with hundreds of tiny black eyes. It had no face either, just pale, almost gray skin. Its body was covered in what looked like thousands of thick veins under its cold, damp skin. I bolted out of there as fast as my body would let me, but I could hear the steps behind me getting closer and closer until a large cold hand ripped me off my balance from my shoulder. I think I was unconscious for at least 12 hours before I woke up in this cold, dark room where I am now. The ground is slimy and moist, and the smell is unlike anything I've ever smelled before. It makes me nauseous. I tried calling my friends, loved ones, and 911, but none of my calls are going through. I'm scared and alone. I will update when something happens. If you liked that video, then like the video, If you're going to bed soon, sweet dreams. And if you have a full day ahead of you, I hope it goes well. Thank you for taking your time to spend on watching one of my videos on my channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.